So this has got to be the biggest Steam update in a long time, and here is why you should care about this update. Well, actually this is just a Steam Deck, but you get the idea. So this Steam update has caught me off guard because I wasn't really expecting it and I haven't read anything about it, and I actually found out about it by mistake because I was doing my ROG Ally desktop only challenge, and I found out that this is still in beta and you can already use it. So I decided to give it a try, and the most important thing about this update is that you can actually enjoy so many new games basically for free. There are a couple of things that you should know about, but the main idea is that you can enjoy so many new titles on your Steam account without doing too many things. Alright, so right after the bat, this Steam update allows you to create a family where you can share your games between all the members in that family. I know that technically this isn't quite new, but the way that Steam is implementing this in the new beta program is quite different than what we had so far. In a nutshell, you can create a family of up to 6 members and you can pretty much enjoy all the games between these different members. Well, I'm saying almost all games because it also depends on the developer if they want to allow this, but most of the games will work straight away. And I have been using this for the past week or two, and it has been amazing. So what you should know about this program? First of all, this is still in beta, so you have to enable the beta program, and it's fairly easy to do so. And I'll show you in a minute how to do that on a Mac, but also on Steam Deck directly if you have one of those devices. But after you do all these steps, you can share your library with all your friends, and you can also enjoy their games on your personal devices. Alright, so let's see how exactly you can enable this. As you can see over here, I'm on my MacBook, and first of all, I have my own library. I only have 71 games currently. I know that my library is not that great, but considering that I started this one since I got my Steam Deck, I think it's pretty decent. But let's just enable Steam Family. In order to do this, you need to go to Preference, and I have a MacBook, but on Windows you should go to the Settings. Then under Interface, you have the Beta Participation. Currently, I don't have any beta selected, and you can see that there are different ones that you can choose from. And in order to enable this one, you have to click on Steam Family Beta. Right away, you are asked for a reboot of Steam, so just click Restart. And in a few seconds you will be back into Steam. Now you have the Steam beta program, and in order to add multiple members to your family, then you need to click on your profile, then account details, and under family management you see that you can already start inviting new members. I already have 2 members inside my family, but if I want to add more, I should click on invite more over here, then on invite member. Then you can search for a friend in your list and you already have a couple of suggestions. Then click on that user and then you have invite as adult or a child. And once you click this, then your Steam friend will receive a notification that you want to add him to your family. And once he accepts, then he will be part of your family, and that's pretty much it. You now have access to his games and he has access to yours. This is actually a shared thing, and all the members of your family will have access to all of the games. And if you go back to the library, you can now see that I have so many new games, not only the 71 that I had before. Now the default list is everything in one place, but you can group by library, and then you can see 2 lists. Your games, which I still have 71 of course, but also the Steam family, which now is sitting at 766 games. So I really need to be thankful to my friends because they have so many new games. And as you can see, the list is so long. There are some old games, newer titles, and you can pretty much find everything in this list. So be careful when you choose your members because you really want to take advantage of this whole family sharing. And apparently I did right. These 2 friends of mine have plenty of games. So thank you guys, because now I can really enjoy a bunch of different games on my Steam Deck. Now, another cool thing about this whole idea is if different members from your family have the same title, and as you can see, I have Baldur's Gate 3 right over here, and both of my members have already this game, but one is with DLC and the other without. And the cool thing about it is that Steam actually allows you to switch between those 2, and it even says which is the preferred one, and of course is the one with more contents of the DLC one, and you can easily switch between those 2 games. Now, on top of using different versions of the game because these members may have different ones, another important thing about why you should care about switching between the same game between family members is that one negative aspect of this whole family sharing idea is that you cannot play the same game in the same time with the member from which you are sharing the game. So with Baldur's Gate, if that friend from which I share the game is currently playing this one, then I can simply switch to the other friend, because if he's not playing Baldur's Gate, then I can happily go ahead and play that one myself. So from my point of view so far, this is the most important negative aspect of this whole idea, that you are not allowed to play the same game in the same time. But considering that you can add multiple members, and then actually you can do that to up to 6 members in total, then I think if you choose your friends properly, you can find plenty of games, even duplicated games, so you can switch between those ones. So I don't really think that's a big issue, but this is something that you need to have in mind. Another important aspect of this whole idea is that you need to have in mind that once you enter a family, you cannot change it to a different one for 1 year. So if you do this, be careful, because you cannot just simply switch between families. And I kind of understand why this is the case, because people will just move to families just to take advantage of these different games. So technically this is quite okay, but considering that you can get up to 6 members, I think you'll find plenty of games. So normally don't really need to switch between families that often. So as I said, I found about this beta program while I was doing my ROG Ally desktop only challenge. I did stated back then that I already broke the challenge because I wanted to play Helldivers on my PS5. And considering that I'm doing now this video and I also use my Steam Deck, technically I broke the challenge once more, but I think you guys are okay with that one, because I really want to do this video and test out this family sharing idea, and I wanted to see how Steam Deck works with this concept. And as you can see on Steam Deck, you can easily do the same thing. You can simply enable beta program straight from the settings. And once you do that, you restart the console, then there you go, you can have all the family members' games. So it's pretty straightforward. You again have different categories between Steam Deck supported and all the other games. So there you go, Steam Deck with family sharing works amazingly. Now, some of you may ask why this is new, because we had sharing before. This technically, it's more or less the same. Well, I have to say that it's not the same because of 2 reasons. First of all, if you did want to share games with one of your friends, you had to log in with that friend's account on your own devices. And I've done that in the past with my Steam Deck. I had one of my friend's accounts, and I can easily switch between my account and his. And for some of games, I can borrow games from the other account. But most of the times this didn't work, or it didn't work well. And another strange thing is that every time I rebooted my Steam Deck, I got different number of games in my list. So for some reason that didn't work well. And the most important thing is that you had to share your user and password. I don't know if there was a different way on how to do that, but at least from what I did in the past, this is the route we went with. And with family sharing, now you don't need to do anything else. Just add that member to your family and that is it. You have everything in one place, you have all the games, and this works on every device. And talking about how you see your games in the list, besides the grouping by collection, there is also another thing that you can do. It's by filtering per user. So basically, if you want to see only the games from a specific member of your family, then you can do that by filtering. So there are multiple ways on how to do that, but my default view is to have group by collection, and then I can see my games and also the Steam family games, and that is enough for me. Now, I did try out a couple of games from my friends. I've done some old ones like GTA 1 and GTA 2. I've played those ones on my ROG Ally, and it was amazing to get back to those titles. But I also tested out a couple of newer titles like Baldur's Gate 3 and Helldivers 2. But other than that, you can install games easily like they are your own. But in a nutshell, that was it for this whole Steam family idea. I don't know if you were aware of this. I recently found out about it because it's fairly new. It's still in beta, as you can see. But you can already use that one on your own devices. So make sure you try it out. Ask a friend who has plenty of games. You can share your library with him and vice versa. I'm a really big fan of this whole idea because now my library is 10 times bigger. So I'm really happy about this whole challenge. So talk to a friend, share your library, and let me know down in the comments what you think about this whole idea. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you find this useful. This is Silvio and this is the Tech Arrival, and I'll catch you in the next one.